All right, so who on your team is gonna onboard? Typically, I've seen this done at the beginning of the reconditioning process when the car is traded in. So the car will hit the inventory. You're gonna do that digital inventory of what's in the vehicle, as well as the aerial view of the interior and the exterior, to mark any damage and to alert your counterparts of what's wrong with the car, what needs to be fixed. So most dealerships take an initial few photos of the car so that customers can see the condition of the vehicle prior to the reconditioning process being complete and the final photos uploaded. So anyone on your team can onboard at any time. Typically it's done at the beginning. It's most successful at the beginning, marking how many keys, how many floor mats, in addition to, any damage. That way, if things go missing or damage appears, you're able to kind of mark, hey, you can solidify this was the condition of the vehicle when it appeared in the inventory, and then as it moves through, if damage is identified or things go missing, you can hopefully backtrack and find out where those items have gone or where the damage took place. So I ran multiple detail departments over the last decade as a third-party vendor where mats, keys, or the like went missing, and the eyes often fell upon the detail department because we're taking these items out of the car and we're responsible to put them back in the car. So we did this inventory by hand on every used car that entered our department. And over the years, I've had many salesmen come up to me and say, hey, I'm selling this vehicle. Customers in finance, they said there were all-weather mats in the car when they looked at it. Now, most customers have looked at 2 or 3 vehicles prior to choosing a vehicle. So I would pull up our digital inventory of the vehicle and verify with the customer, with the salesperson, hey, there were all-weather mats. Let me take a look around and see if they're anywhere in the detail department. Or, hey, when I detailed this car 2 weeks ago, we did not have any all-weather mats, so maybe they were in another car. Now, I always verify with the dealership that I take the digital inventory. Who's ever responsible of onboarding the vehicles will take the digital inventory. Once that car goes onto the lot and your salesmen have access to the keys in the trunk where the mats live, we take no responsibility of what happens to the mats after that. This ultimately means if the dealership cannot find the extra mats or the extra keys or the like, the dealership could be on the hook. If the customer says there were 2 keys, the dealership could be on the hook to cut another $500 key or provide, $120 mats for the customer. So by taking this digital inventory, you can protect yourself from those fiscal impacts and verify, if that particular car did have the floor mats or did have the extra key, so on and so forth. Most of the time, the customer wants those items, and it's up to the dealership to provide those items for the customer at no cost if they so choose. However, with this digital inventory, you'd be able to verify explicitly, hey, this car did or did not have these items when we took the car in, therefore we can or cannot sell them with the car when the car leaves. So you can save yourself unwanted expense by knowing what was in the car and what was not in the car. Another experience I had was 6 months after a car was delivered. So the customer has this car on the road, they are gone, they are living in this car. They came back for service and a quick detail. And upon picking up their car on this winter day, they claimed that either detail or service, whoever was in the care, custody, and control of the vehicle, scratched their car entirely, and they requested a new paint job. They wanted the entire car painted, and the dealership was in disarray. They were on the hook for this, and they said, what are we gonna do? Hey, did you guys, damage this car with snow removal when you had it in for detail? Mind you, the customer owns this vehicle. They've had possession of this vehicle for 6 months. So I pulled the inventory report that my team had taken on the car, and we had marked the vehicle exterior with the damage that was on it. It had significant damage when it was traded in 6 months prior. And we had actually even proactively taken photos of this vehicle, filed them digitally on our end, again, all by hand. This is before Recon Relay was up and running. And by doing this, we had the digital inventory, we had the photos, and we were able to save our partnering dealership an entire paint job on a vehicle. And we said, hey, this is what the car looked like when it came in. This is what the car looked like when it left 6 months ago. This is what the car looked like when it recently came back, post-delivery. And we were able to ultimately save our partner an entire an entire paint job on a vehicle. So again, digitally inventorying the damage as well as the items within the car, save yourself on unwanted costly expenses. As customer-facing service providers, we always want to please our customers, but we also want to protect ourselves from unwanted, unnecessary fiscal impacts upon our businesses. So we maintain our customer satisfaction. We provide them with the vehicle that we receive upon acquisition, and you can document the condition of the vehicle digitally via Recon Relay and save on these unwanted expenses. So you now know what onboarding is, who's going to do it, why you do it, and why we've created it. It is the digital inventory of the physical items in the vehicle, as well as the cosmetic overview of the interior and exterior of the vehicle, where one can mark damage and track the overall condition of the vehicle. You can track these things and save yourself on unwanted costs or fiscal implications as the car moves through the process and even beyond once the car is sold and delivered. So again, I'm Chandler Matlock, co-creator and co-founder of Recon Relay, and we're here to get your cars frontline ready fast. Make sure you like and subscribe, share our videos, and DM us if you have any questions or you would like to request a demo. We hope to see you guys soon.